Hello everybody, welcome to my new YouTube channel. Most of you might know me already because of my other social media platforms like Instagram or TikTok, but just in case that you haven't heard of me yet, I am Tailing Cosplay. I've been cosplaying for around 11 years by now. I've been posting tutorials on my other platforms and I've also been a cosplay judge at various contests. So, yeah. And here I am now. Usually when I post tutorials on Instagram, I can't really go over 40 seconds, which is a tough schedule to explain literally anything, which is why I thought maybe a YouTube channel where I can post longer videos without the algorithm starting to hate me might be a better option. But also I wanted to share more of my life as a cosplayer and how I try to insert cosplay into my everyday life. That means that videos like this one will be more on a vlogish side, while there will also be actual real in-depth tutorials step by step how I did stuff and how you can or cannot do the same. I will also try my best to include patterns, include alternatives if you don't want to use certain material, and so on and so forth. I hope I will be able to make my first tutorial soon, but for now I have to prepare for my next convention, which is the DoKomi. I have, I think, 2.5 weeks to go, especially the last con or event, which was the Japan Day in Düsseldorf, was quite tough for me, where I decided to make a full cosplay within 2 weeks. And yeah, most of my lineup for DoKomi is basically good to go. For Friday, I decided to bring my EGL gown, which I named Chess Queen because she's really chessy and queen-ish. I actually planned her for a convention which was in April, and I can't remember if I was done with her or not because I didn't wear her then. On Saturday, I will bring my Starsea cosplay. On Sunday, I want to wear my Jeanne d'Arc, which I finished for Japan Day. And because I made the costume within 2 weeks and crunching really hard and not thinking too much, not trying too hard, and especially not trying it on for longer than 5 minutes beforehand, problems erased very quickly. Even before I arrived at the Japan Day, I've already lost part of my armor. Yeah, so I have to do a second one of these. For the wig, as you know, Jan has this little headpiece, and for some reason my wig is asymmetrical. I've never realized that before. I've had this wig since 2018, and I've never realized before that the hair parting on top is also tilted to the side. Yeah. So instead of using magnets for this wig and the headpiece, I decided to instead use these little combi things that are also inside of most wig caps, and I will just use 2 or 3 of these and try to clip them like this in my hair. These little decoration thingies are printed. I only have the G code for one side because I've overwritten them, and now I need to go back, figure out what sizes I used for the STL file, and mirror it basically. One side is already good to go. I also have the small parts already, so this is the last step I need to remake my shoe part. We'll see.
While the printer is doing its thing, I can already cut the EVA foam parts that I need. I made myself patterns using Blender beforehand, so now I just have to reuse them. I'm using 5mm EVA foam here, but you could also go with something higher than that. I sped this process up because there will be a tutorial about every part of my Jan armor anyway, so I'm just quickly doing my thing here basically. As you can see, each half consists of 3 parts each, which I made in the hopes that this will help the shape to stay in place a little bit better. But usually you don't have to cut EVA foam into many small parts, since you can use heat to shape it the way you want anyway. Which would have also been a solution here, but yeah, I decided to go this route. To glue all the parts together, I'm using contact cement. It's a little bit older now, so it's not as liquid anymore, but it still works. When you use it, you always have to smear a very thin layer of glue on both sides and then wait until the contact cement has dried up. If it's too thick or hasn't dried up yet, it won't stick, so better wait too long than too short. And once everything is glued together, you can use fillers like Quick Seal to cover up your seams. If you want to use Quick Seal, make sure you have a bit of water next to you. This will help spreading it evenly and also lets it stick better to the EVA foam. Now the last thing missing are the parts that I 3D printed. In between filming, I primed the whole thing already with around 5 layers in total. So now I can start painting. I made sure to get a silver paint that is flexible. Since this armor piece will be sitting on my shoe and I will have to get it off and on and move around with it, it is very important that the paint won't split off. I have made my experience with using the wrong paint before, so I don't want to repeat that. Let me tell you, check first if your paint is flexible if you need it to be.
I have been invited to a German podcast to talk as a guest about the Japan Day and how my experience was, especially since I've been going there since forever basically, and I've been a judge this year, so yeah, this will be fun, but I want to be prepared because it's my very first ever podcast experience. So I will take a few hours and make some notes. I want to think about other things as well that I can bring up. And we will see. I want to test my microphone as well because that's not that high of a quality, as you might be hearing right now. So we will see how that goes. I usually have a day where I post everything that comes with all my social media stuff. So basically I go through the content that I have. I have a little list of ideas for several little reel ideas or tutorial ideas. Yeah, so usually one day in the week is entirely meant for me to make my social media stuff, to prepare the post for the next week, plan them entirely, and then that also means writing the captions, editing all the reels, uploading them, planning them inside Instagram, and yeah.
It was time checking on the other costumes I want to bring with me to the convention and getting them ready. So for my chess queen, I need a hoop skirt underneath, and because it takes quite a bit time to get all the metal hoops in place, I am doing it already at home and later squish it inside any bag. I have many more rings than that, so I had to check which ones are the correct ones first. And also, while I was busy with the hoops anyway, I put a few layers of tape on all of the ends to protect the fabric from getting ripped while I'm pushing the metal through the channels. And that's basically it. My Starsea cosplay also has a channel hidden within the layers of fabric, in which I can put a metal hoop inside. And that will help the dress to stay in a beautiful and gorgeous white shape that it has also in the games. And there's also a second one at the top of the dress, but I just couldn't remember which ring was the correct one, so I'm just, trying my best to get this one in, because that was the only one with the correct size. But as you can see, it already looks so much better. The ring is still poking out, but I already have a solution for that. Don't worry.
Okay, so the good thing is Starsea and my chess queen are ready. I will pack them up. I just want to check whether I really need a suitcase or if I can just pack them inside a bag. So maybe I don't need this. Yeah, there's still a bit for Jan left. I still need to airbrush the shoe part, and I also wanted to airbrush the little side flaps on the armor. Since I didn't manage to airbrush them when I was getting ready for Japan Day, and I think you can see the difference between these side flaps and the rest of my armor. But this will be the end of the vlog. So this was my first time making something vlog-ish like this video. I really hope you liked it, and I will be getting better over time with talking to a camera. Yeah, so I will see you soon, hopefully a few of you guys on DoKomi. Bye bye!